Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mirchi FM, it's so hot.
Deke me lala, kaya me high. Tangi tauwa me, Mirchi FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singapore, love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Cuba.
It's hot.
Mirchi FM, bau julung.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Tonight on FBC News, government finalising plans to migrate from analogue to digital television. Prime Minister commends Fiji Broadcasting Corporation for its achievements. And NFP reiterates it will not form any coalition with any party. Good evening, welcome to FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. Government has finalised plans for the creation of a national digital television platform, which will see the migration from analogue to digital television. This was revealed by the Prime Minister Vorengae Bainimarama while at the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation's Diamond Jubilee celebrations last night. Eleanor Turangaivu reports.
According to the Prime Minister, the new platform will greatly improve the picture and sound quality of television programs and expand the coverage of all broadcast television channels to 94% of the population. It will also offer consumers better reception, more channels, and access to high-definition and pay-per-view programming.
Also, digital television will work on current television sets, and no satellite dish is required. All that is needed is a low-cost set-top box, which will give you greater control over programming, including the ability to choose what channels are available in your households if you have children.
The Department of Communications will oversee the creation of this government-owned national platform. Once complete, the platform will be handed over to the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation to manage, and FBC will form a new transmission company for this purpose.
Broadcasters will then lease one or multiple digital channels for fixed annual fees. The system will be completely transparent, and the cost to lease channels will be the same for all broadcasters, including FBC.
FBC Chief Executive Officer Riaz Said Kayum welcomes the announcement.
The intention of it all, I believe, is to provide a better service, TV service, to the people of Fiji. And this is what the Prime Minister has always been pushing for right from the start, when he basically pushed FBC to get a TV arm started as a national broadcaster. So it means better picture, better sound, and it means more benefits for the TV viewing public of Fiji.
Attempts to get comments from Fiji Television Limited proved futile, while MyTV will comment on the announcement tomorrow. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
From 1 AM radio service to 6 FM stations and 1 television channel, the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation has come a long way to be the nation's premier broadcaster. Last night, the company celebrated its 60th year of operations.
On July 1st, the station came on the air at 7 p.m. when the Fiji Broadcasting Commission began its service with the call sign VRH. The service was opened by Sir Ronald Garvey, Governor of the colony of Fiji.
Pioneer broadcaster Keith Bradbridge has been with the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation since its humble beginnings and has seen the company grow over the years.
The beautiful building you see over there before you today is the result of various extensions over the years, coupled with a major renovation some 2.5 years ago to incorporate TV with the radio networks and a complete re-equipping with state-of-the-art technology. Well, my sincere good wishes for the next 60 years. Long may you reign.
Chief guest for the celebrations, Prime Minister Vorengae Bainimarama reminisced on the beginnings of FBC's broadcasting.
Every morning at 6 a.m., listeners would be greeted with a beating lally, and every evening sent to bed with the Isalay and God Save the Queen.
After years of ruling the airwaves, FBC struggled after the introduction of competing radio stations. Government came to its rescue with a multi-million-dollar loan to transform the whole company.
It was a tall order for the new CEO and his young team, set up a brand new nationwide television outfit with a mandate to educate, inform, and entertain the Fijian people. Looking back at the huge amount of work involved, I'm surprised they didn't run for the hills. Or maybe at that point they just didn't know better.
The Prime Minister says the achievement by FBC in the last few years has been remarkable.
With government support, FBC has found a way to operate as a public broadcaster in a commercial world. They have managed to strike a balance between information, education, and entertainment that is commendable and unique. And the Fijian people certainly seem to agree. FBC is now the most watched network in the country, and the appreciation for the content they are providing is widespread.
He also commended the vibrant and modern lineup of programming.
I think perhaps the thing that people are responding to most is the effort FBC has put into making its programs accessible to all, through subtitles, as well as focus on developing local programming. Whether it's joining in the last with the cast of the widely popular Mbatini Tanoa, learning Itauke and Hindi from Wasea Basha, or following the debate on For the Record, these programs are resonating with ordinary people. As Prime Minister, I've also been impressed with the short segments FBC has created to promote national pride, unity, and love for our country.
The Prime Minister attributed FBC's continued success to its prudent financial management, adding the company has never defaulted on a loan repayment and have made shareholder returns a priority.
The Prime Minister's faith in us and his support for the FBC to secure a sizable loan so that we could finally become a complete national broadcaster, reaching out to more Fijians than any other media, has been the origin of our successful rebirth. The ratings of our 6 radio stations have improved incredibly. In a recent independent survey, all our radio stations were placed in the top 10 stations in the country. Our free-to-air TV station is in record-breaking time the most widely covered and popular TV station.
60 years down the line, development at FBC does not stop here. The company is currently working with the Japanese government in enhancing its AM service, which will cover the whole of Fiji from one site. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
The National Federation Party is calling on all political parties to stop misleading the public that the NFP will form a coalition. The call comes as the party continues to receive questions from the public and the media of a coalition with another political party. Akasita Tale was at the party campaign in Korovuto outside Nandi today and files this report.
Since March 29 this year, the National Federation Party has not been in a coalition, and it has made it clear it will not be in coalition with another political party.
The NFP is going to fight the election on its own. It is going to fight the election on its own policies, and we are determined at this point in time to form the government on our own.
The party claims that rival political parties and leaders are telling the public the NFP will form a coalition.
There are those mischievous political leaders, their supporters, who are going around the country and telling that either we are in coalition with Sodelpa or we are in coalition with Fiji First.
Meanwhile, there was a big turnout at Korovuto College today. More than 100 residents attended the party campaign and listened to issues that affect our country.
Give us a chance. I'm not coming to politics to make money, nor does any of our candidates here. And I want to assure you, and I said this in my first speech, that one thing we will not do is to lie to the people of this country.
The NFP also encouraged residents to read through the party manifesto and is promising Fijians that top of their agenda will be reducing VAT from 15 to 10%. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Coming up after the break, Uto Ni Yalo making final preparations for Sydney voyage.
Gold FM is #1 here in Sigatoka.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is #1 in Nen.
I love listening to Gold FM in Bah.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about bottled cola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back to FBC News. Now, changes have been made to the electoral decree provision on the eligibility of candidates that wish to contest the elections. Section 23 of the decree states that a person is eligible if they are ordinarily resident in Fiji for at least 2 years immediately before being nominated. Subsection 5 says a person is deemed to be ordinarily resident if that person has been out of Fiji for official government duties or holding an official government position in any other country. Now, following the amendment which has been gazetted by the Chief Justice and Acting President Anthony Gates, a person can be a candidate only if he or she has been present and living in Fiji for an aggregate period of not less than 18 months out of the 2 years immediately before being nominated. Preparations are well underway for the Uto Ni Yalo to set sail to Australia next month for the World Parks Congress. Organisers are trying to make sure that all the requirements for sailing are met before the voyage leaves our shores. Shireen Lata reports.
It's travelled around the world more than once. Right now, the canoe Uto Ni Yalo is in the process of getting ready for its next voyage.
We're taking people quite a fair distance to Australia, so we want to make sure it's in very good condition. And we're hoping that the government of Fiji will come on board to support us, not only in our preparations, but to be part of the team that goes to Sydney to take this important message of the Pacific to the world.
Voyage organisers are also in the process of selecting the right crew members.
More than 40 people have sailed over the past few years on the Uto Ni Yalo, so there are a lot of people who have the experience. We will be maybe looking at a few more, those who are interested in sailing, those who have a passion for the ocean, but more importantly for those who are interested in traditional knowledge, because the Uto Ni Yalo is about traditional navigation, traditional voyaging.
Reverend James Bhagwan says they are still sorting out the payment of duty and VAT before they leave for Australia, where they'll inform the world at the Congress what Pacific Islanders are doing to sustain the ocean.
We're taking the message that the Pacific, is a good example of people who believe in sustaining the environment, recognizing the natural spaces that we have, and that we do things sustainably. We don't overfish, we don't overdevelop, we don't cut all the mangroves down just to put development.
The traditional canoe is expected to set sail on 14th September and the World Parks Congress will begin from 12th November. Shireen Lata, FBC News.
In our successful Fijian segment tonight, we feature Pacifica Communications, a media production company owned by two locals, Dale Hermanson and Glenn Hughes. The company now celebrates its 20 years of service. Alan Stoltz finds out the secret behind the company's success.
This story takes you back in time.
It's Christmas in a big way.
The year was 1994. The television industry was just beginning in Fiji, and the market had space for one more production company. Two friends decided to capitalize on this and opened Pacifica Communications.
We decided that we should have our own company. Being kind of entrepreneurial spirits, we thought it was a good time to do something on our own.
The company had designed and produced many of the iconic advertisements that has helped strengthen brand names of many local companies in Fiji and expose them to the new and exciting world of television.
We were committed. We came in here, we weren't rich businessmen that decided to develop a business here. We loved the country, we loved Fiji, and we had a set of skill sets here which we felt was valuable to develop the industry here. So we were committed, and we were here for the long term. We weren't here to make a quick dollar. We wanted to stay here in this country and contribute the knowledge we have of the industry and help it grow here.
And contribute they did. Over the 20 years, they have churned out 1,500 TV ads, over 200 documentaries, and have also produced dramas for television for both Vanuatu and right here in Fiji. The dynamic duo have now successfully expanded into Papua New Guinea.
Just recently, we won the contract to handle the advertising marketing services for Telecom PNG. Now you can imagine it's a big job and a big responsibility for us. But we're extremely excited about it because Telecom are introducing a new era of technology to the PNG people, and we'll be very much a part of that to see that through. So far, it's worked really well. We have a wonderful business model here with Pacifica. We're utilising the expertise and the facilities here of Pacifica Fiji, and that will be assisting us with our work up in PNG.
The X factor for the company's success is their staff.
We continue to have a great team of staff here, and really that's the whole bottom line for our success. Without the staff we have, without their dedication, their hard work, the creativity and the camaraderie we have, we all enjoy working together. Without them, we wouldn't be the success we are now.
I really love working for Pacifica. It's a very warm and comfortable place to be at from Monday to Friday, so it's more like my second home.
We initially started the graphic design arm of Pacifica when I joined. Then I left. This is will be like the third time that I'm here again. It seems like I keep coming back because it's almost like family here. The bosses treat us really well. There's a good benefits.
I started as the media monitor, but now I get to do so many other things. You're kind of multi-skills. If the reception doesn't turn up, I sit there. I can do schedules with my other workmates and other jobs. I do shoot schedule. I go out. I get to meet people, things that I don't do. I have never done before. I enjoy working for Pacifica Communications.
The company's expansion into the region was inevitable, and it will only mean bigger and better things for Fiji and the Pacific as a whole. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
Coming up in sports, RKS to meet Lilleen in under-18 final. And Sports Council is on the move.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mirchi FM, it's so hot.
Deke me lala, kai me high. Tangi tau for me. Mirchi FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singapore, love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Suva.
It's hot.
Mirchi FM, bo julum julum.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Welcome to FBC Sports. Ratu Kandavu Levu School is only one game away from lifting the Dean's under-18 rugby title. This after the Londoni institution beat defending champions Ratu Navula College from Nadi 11-8 in the semi-final yesterday. The match went down to the wire, but RKS managed to get the winning penalty in extra time to send all its backers into frenzy. Indra Singh has more.
RKS supporters are depending on him to put this one through. He's lifted it and he's put it through.
This was the three-pointer which sealed the path to the final for Ratu Kandavu Levu School and sent Ratu Navula through the exit door.
I think the win today, it's a great success for the RKS spectators, the team, and all the die-hard fans of RKS.
It was a match which was dubbed as a revenge game after RKS had lost to their opponents at the same stage last year. But the mission in 2014 is yet to be completed.
I think we'll have to go back to the drawing board and look at our mistakes so we can capitalize on those mistakes so we can uplift our game plan.
And still with RKS has gone a wonderful try.
RKS showed its intentions early, but Ratu Navula were not to be undone. The closeness of the scoreline showed there was little to separate the two teams, but winning is what matters in any match. Now RKS will gear up for the final with just one more match to go before they can take the title to Tailevu. For now, it's about preparing accordingly. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the first semi-final between Lilleen Memorial and QVS was also decided after extra time. Having lost twice to QVS this season, this time Lilleen came out on top 21-18 to make the final. Here's the action.
QVS rather, they've gone into the 5 meters out from QVS try line, and the referee has a signal that there was a try from QVS.
Lilleen for his second attempt.
There is a wonderful kick, a wonderful curler as we see the ball being kicked and drifting towards the right, and as he approaches the uprights, it decides to drift back in for Lepani Mode. This gentleman from Vonumbalawe lifts, looks good, drifting high up into the air, and the assistant judges have lifted the flags. That means the ball has gone through the uprights, and that has increased Lilin Staley now to 6. As he moves forward, he lifts it high, seems to have the height and seems to have gone through, and a wonderful kick the time from QVS, and this has taken them to the lead once again by 8 points to 6. It's been kicked forward by Lilin. Lilin kicked onto the try line, and Lilin has dived in for a wonderful try. Linarawa, as they got one man to beat, and is created them at the time still with QVS, and QVS have run in and scored a wonderful try at the time from Setereki.
The penalty and infringements.
Yes, and that is, as well as the referee said, a try, wonderful rush to the try line that time around, and Lilin has scored the second try as he moves forward. Lepani, and has he put it through, and yes, and Lilin Memorial School has beaten QVS.
The final will be played in a fortnight. Fiji's Leslie Copeland has finished 10th in the final of the men's javelin event at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. He managed a distance of 68.50 meters, which was way short of his personal best. Copeland was Fiji's last athlete in action at the Games, and this leaves Fiji with only bronze medal at the Games, which was won by Apollonia Vaivai in the weightlifting. The closing ceremony of the Games will take place tomorrow. Fiji Football Association has disallowed all the 4 protests that were heard in its Board of Control meeting. Ba Navua had filed protests against Suva, claiming Iniamboko and Abdul Moshim were not eligible to play for the capital side as they were not cleared properly by their former clubs in Navua. Coupled with this, Navua's protests against Lautoka and Nandruga have also been disallowed. And meanwhile, Lambasa has ended Suva's unbeaten run in the Fiji Sun Skippertuna National Football League. Lambasa beat Suva 2-1 at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. In other games played, Ba beat Lautoka 1-0, while Nadi and Nandrunga played out a 1-1 draw. Rewa managed a 1-0 win over Navua. Fiji Sports Council says it is working hard to try and maintain all its facilities in order to give the best venues for events. With the state-of-the-art ANZ Stadium in Suva already having drawn praises worldwide, FSC says other facilities are now being looked at. Recently, the FSC staff undertook a tour of its facilities around the country to ascertain what is needed to improve it. Indra Singh takes a look.
The recent tour by the Fiji Sports Council executives and staff has given the body a clear picture of what is needed. After the completion and recognition of the ANZ Stadium, the other venues around the country are next on the list.
That was a board tour, and the management team, obviously, we facilitated, we accompanied them. They are yet to submit their official findings to us, but overall the feedback we've got from them so far has been positive, and we've taken whatever feedback they passed on into account, and the management team have already started making changes where necessary.
The council wants to ensure venues in Navua, Singatoka, Lautoka and Rakiraki is up to standard for sporting bodies and the public.
We're always looking for some more partnership with business houses, with organizations, with clubs who will come in and take up use of our facilities, specifically the Rakiraki ground. We've got a lovely piece of ground out in Rakiraki which is used mainly for rugby and soccer. It was used once for rugby league recently, but we'd like to see that being used more.
The proposed sports academy in Singatoka is also not forgotten.
The land that's just 5 minutes out of Nandrunga on your way to Nandi, and that is proposed as a youth development ground, which we still try to source funding for that. At the moment, the facility has been trimmed and it's been maintained by the team, of course at a cost, but we still working on some plans around that facility.
And the recent announcement that the ANZ Stadium will be the home ground for a Fijian league team taking part in the Australian New South Wales Cup from 2016 has also brought about smiles.
We're very excited to be named as the home ground, and our ANZ Stadium supervisor, Mbulo Rambuka, is, I believe, in touch with the franchise in question, and we've never been named as a home ground for any particular franchise, and we're grateful to the Fiji National Sports Commission, who started talks with the franchise and supported Fiji Sports Council's position on this.
The venues and facilities are key to any sporting success, because without world-class surrounding, you can't have top-notch action. The FSC is working hard to ensure that its rise continues, and the people of Fiji can proudly say we have the best as well. Interesting, FBC Sports.
Generally fine weather conditions prevailed over most parts of the country today, apart from few showers over the eastern and interior parts of the larger islands. Taking a look at the temperatures, Lambasa recorded a high of 32 degrees on the charts today, Nadi, Lotoka and Ba on 29 degrees and Suva the lowest on 26 degrees. Tomorrow there should be fine weather in the west and Lambasa. Suva and Savu can expect some clouds and showers. As for the further outlook, few showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands. Elsewhere, it should be fine. Southeast winds are expected. Now, a quick recap of our headlines. Government finalizing plans to migrate from analog to digital television. Prime Minister commends Fiji Broadcasting Corporation for its achievements. And NFP reiterates it will not form any coalition with any party. Now, onto our Fijian Speak segment. The question this week: what makes a good leader?
When he knows the God that he lives, then he can understand what will be the future.
The one who will make the country move forward.
Someone who serves the people well and reduces the price of, number one is the water supply.
Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, or if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or hashtag FBC News. And to receive the latest headlines on your mobile phone, text subspace FBC to 777. That's all from us for tonight. I'll be back next Saturday. Until then, have a safe and productive week.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mirchi FM, it's so hot.
Deke me lala, kai me hi. Tangi tauwa me. Mirchi FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singatoka love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Suva.
It's hot.
Mirchi FM, bo julum.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.